My name is Margarita Gonzalez, and this is my story. I was actually born in Mexico City. In Mexico City, you're kind of in jail all the time. It's not safe. It's not a safe place to have a family. We were poor, but we didn't know. That's how happy our childhood was. We will play in the streets. We will run all day and sometimes until very late night. We didn't have anything fancy, but we didn't know that we didn't have anything fancy. We were happy kids. At that time, we didn't have water in the house. So we have to walk to a well to get the water. So that was one of the chores that we did every day. And that was the water for the essentials, like cooking, doing the dishes. And if we want to do laundry, we have to go to the water creek. That was my life as a child in Mexico. I came here to United States in 1991. We came here illegally. We ran across the border to come here to United States, and we came straight to Washington. So I don't really have a lot to say about the crossing because that was very easy. Back then was easier, I guess. So it was just kind of like hiking. Maybe that's why I like hiking so much. It was an adventure for me. And we got here to Washington on May 13th of 1991. I remember it was so hot. That summer, the potato season opened, and my cousin's wife was working at a potato company. It's called the Baker here in Kennewick. They asked the manager if they could bring these teenagers. So my little cousin and myself went to work at the potato warehouse. I remember one day I got in a fight with the manager. So I think I always had this rebel in me, I guess, because he switched me to the machine on the potatoes. So the machine, sometimes they have these big orders and they want to finish really fast, and they make people work faster. And it was so fast that we couldn't do it fast enough. So when you don't do it fast enough and one of the little holes goes in our bag, then the potatoes fall and it gets stuck on the machine, and we will get in trouble. So one day the machine was going really, really fast, and he came over and he's like, "You need to move a little faster." And I say, "If you can do it, then I should be able to do it here." And I pushed the bags to him, and everybody just looked at me. And I was like, and so he looked at me, he didn't know what to say. And I'm like this little tiny, 17-year-old teenager. And then I say, "You do it. Show me that you can do it." And everybody was just looking at me. And he got the machine going and he started putting the bags, and he couldn't do it. So he slowed down the machine that day. Yeah. When I went to high school, I remember the classes were so easy, other than the classes that I have to learn the English, the language. But I remember everything, math was so easy for me. I remember that I believe that 1991, that's when the HAP started. The HAP is one of the a diploma that they give to very intelligent students, that they have to have like a 3.0 and above. Well, I was one of the first students that got it. And I was amazed. I was like, why I'm getting this? Like, how did I get this? It's so easy. Everybody should have this. I started working for the Girl Scouts back in 1997, and it was a very flexible job. I was able to do my own schedule. I was able to plan my own, programming, where I want to be, what's the goal. And I became really good at it. And I love the outreach part of it. My daughter was always with me. I remember Eva's the writer, the executive director at the time. She will say, "Oh, no, you don't have to pay for daycare. Just go pick up your daughter and bring her to me. I have things for her to do." And she was, 5, 6 years old, and she will have envelopes. She will have letters for her to fold and place them in the envelope. And then she will ask her, put the labels on it. So she always had a job when they say it takes a village to raise a kid, it really takes that same village to just keep going on life. You have to really surround yourself by the right people. And working for the Girl Scouts, it was amazing. It was a great opportunity for me because I was working under the supervision of great leaders that had the patience to teach me. And I actually worked for them for 13 years. I stayed there for 13 years, and I had I always like to think of Girl Scouting was almost like a university to me, because everything that I needed to learn about the United States, per se, it was through Girl Scouting. I love what I was doing. I remember once I educate myself about the system, then I wanted to educate the community. Then I wanted every girl to have the opportunity to be a Girl Scout and learn those leadership skills. When I finished my associates in accounting, I was looking for a job that was more on the accounting line, and I got a job when there was this new company, Templar Construction, and they gave me the opportunity to start as an office manager. Right during that time, Vicky was the director of the Ready for Kindergarten program, and they were looking for somebody part-time. So she asked me, "Hey, are you looking for a job? I know that you are, really leading towards the accounting part, but will you be interested?" I kind of needed the job, and I like Vicky a lot, so I was like, I'll give it a try. It just gave me another opportunity to make a connection with the community, because that's what I did when Girl Scouting. I wanted for every girl to have the opportunity to have the leadership. But when there's Children Reading Foundation, it was a complete different connection. I was at a place where I not only wanted to make a difference when the kids, but it was the families. That's kind of my goal. That's one of the things that I love about this job, being able to be connected with the community all the time, but not only encourage them and getting their kids academically ready, but also how important it is for them to prepare themselves and ask the questions, and that there is people wanting to help. There's people wanting to help. I remember how lost I felt when I came here, because of the language and because of maybe the documentation. There is always someone that is willing to help. I really don't think I do anything amazing. Like, it's not. I'm just doing what a human being should do. And when you look at it that way, you have a complete different perspective, and that's how you get to touch what real happiness is about.